Hey guys, so I am excited to announce that my new book, The Smart Girl's Guide to Self-Care, is out, and it's available in Kindle and print. And today I'm going to be talking about some signs of an emotionally abusive relationship, and I'm going to be reading out loud an excerpt from my book. So I hope you enjoyed this little sample. Narcissistic abusers especially are masters of making you feel like the insecure one, even if they are the one continually breaking the boundaries behind your back. Narcissistic abusers are characterized by their need for attention, the construction of a false, superficial self that interacts very charmingly with others, and a habit of exploiting others without remorse. Sociopaths take it a step further. They not only lack empathy, but they lack a conscience and routinely violate the personal boundaries of others in even more criminalistic ways. These are some of the symptoms of an emotionally abusive relationship. Denying you your right to feel and perceive things the way you do, or making you feel emotionally and physically unsafe to do so. These include comments like how crazy you are, how sensitive you are whenever you assert something or say something the person doesn't agree with. As mentioned earlier, this is a technique known as gaslighting. This enables the abuser to cast doubt on your perception of things so that you devalue your feelings of discomfort and forgo your intuition about this person. In fact, the abuser invalidates you so that you in turn begin to invalidate yourself. The abuser will probably claim that you are the only person who's ever had a problem with his behavior, or deny saying something you remember him saying. Triangulation. This is basically bringing another person into the relationship by talking about them or physically bringing them into the picture. This is a favorite technique of sociopaths and narcissists in particular. It enhances the appearance of their desirability. It can even happen with complete strangers that do not know your narcissistic abuser. So long as he is able to charm them into talking to him in front of you, waiters and waitresses are a great example, you will find yourself looking at the same manipulatively charming man who once wooed you, now wooing a complete stranger with no seeming benefit except to rile you up and get you to compete. Bringing up other exes, lovers, former lovers, crushes, by mentioning them, talking to them through social media for all to see, or by including them excessively in your conversations, are all part of a narcissist's elaborate scheme to stroke their own ego and get you to compete for their affections. It titillates them that you do this because it validates their excessive need for attention. It doesn't matter who is in the triangle with you. In fact, abusers bring in anyone and everyone, regardless of how they may look or act. Cycling of hot and cold behavior. Emotional abusers can be very sweet, manipulative, and subject you to a hot honeymoon phase, and there's a sense of abuse amnesia during this phase. You feel convinced that his abuse isn't as bad as you thought it was. In reality, you minimize and deny the extent of abuse because you feel he didn't mean to, and he's acting so much better now. Of course, abusers will go back to their abusive behavior and continue the vicious cycle of abuse, retreating and coming back with full force. Apologies, sweet talking, gifts, surprises. Don't be fooled. This is all part of their mask, and it may remind you of better times in the early stages of the relationship. You may be tempted into thinking that this means that the abuser has changed and is genuinely looking to correct his or her ways. The truth is, they're simply reeling you in with the fantasy that they first presented to you. It is all just a mask to hide their true selves. Excessive stonewalling and emotional withdrawal. In a healthy relationship, there will always be times when the other person might want to cool down before talking about important issues. So long as this is communicated in a respectful manner and with consideration to one's feelings, this is not a problem. However, in an abusive relationship, you will find yourself being abruptly and consistently stonewalled. Conversations where you bring up emotions and problems in the relationship will automatically be shut down by characteristic phrases such as, "Shut up, we're done, I'm done, you're crazy." You will be forced to deal with the silent treatment as you struggle to apologize and understand what you did wrong. The silent treatment can last for a short period or longer periods, but the length of time isn't as important as the fact that it's a way to control and regulate your normal emotional response to abuse. A way to demonstrate that your feelings and thoughts don't matter. If this happens more than twice, you can be sure it's part of a larger maladaptive behavioral pattern that will not end. As you become conditioned to not receiving the satisfaction of healthy communication or resolution regarding issues in the relationship, you start to silence yourself more. You start to experience learned helplessness, and you tend to swallow both your words and your rage. So I hope you've enjoyed that excerpt. It's from the 5th chapter of my book, Recovery from Emotional Trauma. And you can, again, buy The Smart Girl's Guide to Self-Care by Shahida Rabi, me, on Amazon and in print. I'll post the links below in the description. I'll talk to you guys soon.